what's up, guys? It's Alicia, aka Alicia Speaks, and this is another episode of Politics for the Rest of Us. And I'm here, as always, with the beautiful Jennifer, aka Jen, aka Jen Joski from This Ain't Society. So thanks for sitting with us again, Jen.
Absolutely, girl, I love it here.
Oh yeah, we have a good time.
Yes.
So let's just jump into it. Yes. So topic of the day is going to be a big one for a lot of people right now, especially where we're from. We're seeing a lot of ICE activity in the streets, and it's pretty insane right now. So for the people that don't know, ICE is a federal law enforcement agency that enforces immigration laws, conducts criminal investigation, and protects national security and public safety. But whether they're doing that right now is very questionable because it actually feels like the complete opposite. So we're going to talk about it. And so what are your thoughts on what's going on, Jen?
It's scary. It's scary, right? Most federal agents, they have to wear some type of badge, some type of something that shows who they are, what agency they're with. And what we see, they out there with their face covered up looking like they in Pooh Shiesty mask, right? All you can see are the eyes. And it's a thing of making sure that they don't get doxxed, which is why they're supposed to be allowing them to cover up like that. But can you just imagine, right? Let's say you are in the wrong 100%, but to be snatched off the street, wherever you at, out the store. Well, I can't even say stores here because I think they put some things in place where they can't even go into those public places to try to, grab apprehend individuals. So, but just imagine just you walking down the street and automatically, not based on anything, but what you look like, it's you perceived as possibly being an immigrant and illegally, you're here illegally, and you don't know what the protocol is, right? When you're seeing them pulling these individuals into the vans and taking them to the small camps that they have, it's not a lot of footage on the inside, so we don't even know what that looks like. But some of the individuals that they snatch up, before they even take them back to those camps, they release them. So it was like, what was the point? What did you just run in the van that let you know to release that individual? It's just ultimately them literally picking and choosing. You, and you. Yeah, come on.
Exactly. And just to kind of like piggyback off what you said when you mentioned how they're out here with the masks and stuff on, which is comical because I remember when it was a certain period in time, aka COVID, these same individuals were all against the masking. Now you just about got your whole head wrapped
Literally,
up. And then, they did say that it was basically to prevent them from getting doxxed. But my whole thing is like, why are you worried about getting doxxed if you're not doing anything wrong?
Right. That's a great point, right? Because if I'm working for ICE and I'm doing my job the way that I should do it, I'm a
as they've been
right
in the past.
It wouldn't matter to me if you're able to look me up and, find out, public information about me that's public anyway.
Exactly.
Right? So it's not like we're finding out things about these individuals that isn't already public information.
Exactly.
So
it's the same. That's just like giving police the authority to cover themselves up and they don't have to identify themselves either. That's insane. Like they have to worry about the same things as ICE would. So what makes these individuals any different,
That's a good
So
point.
that to me, that's the biggest red flag that shows like y'all are doing something you ain't supposed to be.
It's dangerous too. Like
very much so.
You don't know, right? Some of these individuals are in straight plain clothes, right? Some of them may have something that they may have like army fatigue on. I haven't seen anything that actually says ICE on it at all. But yeah, in the plain clothes, this Chicago. Like, how do I know?
You don't.
How am I supposed to know? Oh, well, this is ICE versus, the scary man that's still doing
that's got people locked up in his basement in the freezer.
So I think it becomes a point of, it's a safety issue the way that they're trying to apprehend. It's scary. It's scary.
Absolutely.
And I don't think they should be able to move in the way that they are. And then what's even crazier is when you see them and how much force they'll use. to apprehend someone, or if someone isn't complying or not moving fast enough. The amount of force that these officers use is just
excessive.
Yes, extremely. And it seems as if it's
like they wanted to do it.
It stemmed from something else.
Which leads me to my next point, actually, because the requirements for becoming an ICE agent now is almost like barest of minimums. Like, you can just be a regular Schmo Joe now, as long as you got American pride.
I mean, that's it.
I mean, anybody can sign up to do this, and then they're offering. Hold on, let's fact check this. But I wanted to say they were off. Like, I think you heard it was a $50,000 bonus, intro bonus,
sign on bonus. For ICE right now.
Exactly. And then on top of that, at one point, I believe they were even saying that they would cover like any school expenses that they had. And it's just like all these incentives right? to sign up. And it's like, I thought we ain't have no money.
Yeah.
Where y'all getting all this money? When we were trying to advocate for, you know, when Joe Biden was telling everybody like, yeah, let's get the student loans dismissed. Oh, everybody was up in an uproar.
It was going to destroy the economy. We wouldn't be able to come back from it.
Oh,
but it's only
financial ruin.
Yeah, it's only when it's affecting, you know, that individual class that it's like, oh no. But when it's not them, it's like, oh yeah, let's take off.
Yeah, now all of a sudden, like the sky is the limit. Okay, here it is right here. So, ICE Immigration and Customs Enforcement is offering up to $50,000 in signing bonuses as a part of a major recruitment effort. This hiring blitz was initiated in 2025 and is part of a larger plan to hire thousands of new personnel. So they, in addition to that, let's see.
Thousands is insane.
Exactly. Because why do we need so many of these people?
And then if we're looking at immigration as a whole, right? Why are we only targeting certain neighborhoods?
Oh yeah.
And that's like that's one of the things that we can say that we see here in Chicago. We are targeting just certain individuals.
Specific demographic. Also other incentives are student loan repayment and forgiveness, which I mentioned earlier, law enforcement availability pay for Homeland Security investigations. And then let's see, uncontrollable overtime for enforcement removal operations. I'm not quite sure what that is.
Excessive force.
Oh, is that what that
I mean, that's what it sounds like. It's literally, it's making it so why wouldn't you want to sign up?
Yeah. And
just the incentive that they're giving, the things that they're offering, it's
like, why would I turn that down? If
it's like you're selling it to me, right?
Especially if I'm one of these nationalists who already don't like, you know, the others. Like, why wouldn't I do this? Like, I get a $50,000 sign-on bonus. They
and I can go for my school. I probably couldn't really be for real. So
exactly, I can mask up. Nobody even has to know who I am. Like, this sounds like the perfect gig. So.
And unfortunately, that's why we've been seeing that uptick in those agents. It's the incentives.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but the gag is what I heard, and I don't know how true this is, but I could believe it. That $50,000 incentive, I don't even think that they're paying them.
Oh, wow.
But that's the scam of this administration, is they're offering so much and giving you nothing in return.
I keep saying finessers, like, it's, yeah. It just is what it is, though. But it sucks that we keep allowing this administration to just scam us in every way possible. It's like they find new ways to scam us. And they're yeah, let's go ahead and hit them right there, too. Right?
The whole thing is a grift, honestly. Everything is just a way to enrich the people that are already rich. Like, they're finding ways to make money out of everything, whether it be this crypto coin nonsense or selling of the merch in the White House, like, which is insane to me. Like, everything is just a way to make money and then give us nothing. So that's the scam. And I think more people are finally starting to catch on to that. Of course, you still have the people that are willfully ignorant, but yeah, I think everyone is starting to realize that. But yeah, as far as ICE goes, they're snatching people off the streets left and right. And it's just progressively getting worse. Like, we're seeing them showing up to schools now, and places that were once like sanctuaries against them, they're being violated, such as the churches, like I said, the schools. And I want to say even the hospitals, like they are now entering hospitals and taking sick people. Like, it doesn't get more inhumane than that. Gassing. I think just recently they went to an elementary school in the city, and they actually, it might have been yesterday, they gassed the elementary school as those kids were coming out.
And that's the thing, like, are we pushing this that much to the point that we dropping gas like at the school to where the children could, like,
oh yeah, I even
so
saw.
who's the problem? Like are we understanding like what the problem really is, right? Because it's not the individuals that you see them the most aggressive with or going after. These are not individuals that are supposedly that's what it was for, right? We want to get out all of the repeat offenders, the ones that are just not helping, not helping, but constantly causing issues, repeat offenders for different things like that. These are elderly people like that we're seeing.
Everyday workers.
And it's just like, it's so inhumane.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it is very obvious that they are racially profiling people, which the Supreme Court actually gave them permission to do. They gave them the green light to be able to just look at someone and say, oh, you look like you can be an illegal,
right?
Illegal.
Not look like I'm an immigrant, but the fact that you're an illegal. How does someone look illegal?
And that's the propaganda that they're pushing. And I've seen even people within our own communities just, oh, they're grabbed. Like, now people are surprised that we're getting grabbed now too, which is crazy to me, because it's like it was only a matter of time. Like, especially when you give people the right to say, oh, you look like you're not from here. Who looks like they're not from here? So people are just like, oh, well, that person that they took didn't even look like an illegal. And I'm just like, what does that look like? And that's how they're getting you, because you believe that you're safe somehow, and you're not. None of us are. And that's what people need to wake up and realize. Like, it can be me or you. Anybody.
The fact that I had to think of what I would do if I got snatched off the street by an ICE agent.
And that's a real thing.
Crazy. Like, to think, what would I do in a situation like that? Because it's happening, right? And like we said, like, Chicago is very, very, very segregated. And so it's a very specific market or demographic that these ICE agents are going to. Like, it's one or the other, basically. And it's just unfortunate that if you're doing your job across the board and you're just looking for illegal immigrants, you're going to go into all of these neighborhoods. You're going to go in to do your job respectfully, the way that it should be done. But no, we're just going to pick on these two communities because, that's what we do.
And it's like, you all ran on the basis of, oh, we're going to get the worst of the worst, the rapists, the ones that commit repeat offenses, and just the ones terrorizing the communities, which is also propaganda in itself, because, fun fact, immigrants make up a very small number of crimes. You're more than likely going to be assaulted or have a violent crime happen to you by an American. And let's be more specific, a white male American. So that's number one. Number two, they're getting these people from Home Depots, from contracted jobs. They're literally working on houses at work.
Yeah.
You're picking them up from farms. So are these really the criminals that you told us that you were going to get? No. Make it make sense. No. And what also is funny, but not really, is a lot of people bought into that. The immigrants are the problem propaganda. when really these are a huge contributing source to our economy. Like immigrants make up, I want to say, oh my gosh, what was the number on that? And I might have to look this up later, but I want to say 90. Oh my gosh, 90. Hold on, because I want to get this right. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I was right. So in 2022, undocumented immigrants paid about 96.7 billion in federal, state, and local taxes. And so the propaganda that you hear is that, oh, they don't pay taxes and they want everything that is supposed to be for us, such as the Medicaid and the SNAP benefits and you know, all the things that we rely on the government for.
Yeah.
And if we're being honest, they don't receive that.
See, mainstream media is not going to ever like let you see a number like that. Right?
Absolutely.
But they also won't let us see the numbers of what the billionaires are paying for taxes.
Yeah.
And so like that's the thing that is mind blowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
These small amount of individuals that hold majority of this wealth pays less.
Me and you have paid more in taxes than Donald Trump.
Like,
and any billionaire. We've contributed more.
2 + 2 is 5 at this point, right? Because like there's no way that the middle class should pay more taxes
than people who are literally buying yachts.
I mean, disgustingly
And
to the point of, what are you doing with all that money? It gets a little scary too, because
what are you doing with all that money?
You can only buy so much. So then what else are you buying? What else are you it gets to a point that you just do not know, and it's scary.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to this ICE situation. Like I said, there were, I think it was reported that 16,523 people were picked up by ICE that had no prior anything, actually, no prior criminal records.
So just picked up by looking illegal?
Yes. And yeah, they said immigrants with no criminal record are now the largest group in ICE detention. So they're just picking up anybody at this point. And at some point you have to wonder why. Like, again, you told us that we were getting these violent offenders, but the record shows that these aren't violent offenders. Yeah. And then a lot of these people aren't even undocumented. They've been picking up actual citizens. Mm-hmm. So what are we doing here?
We're just racially profiling individuals.
Exactly, and we're throwing them in internment camps and calling them detention centers.
It's legal to do it.
Exactly. Alligator Alcatraz. Come on now. They had to shut that down, a few months into after opening it, and that ran us, our tax dollars, $12 million.
Oh, but just throw away $12 million,
it's for a few months of holding people in inhumane conditions at that. But to that point, do you know that those people are missing?
No.
18,000 people went missing after they closed that facility down. We have no idea where they are.
What do you think happened to the people?
I feel like they probably deported them to who knows where, and they are probably in these prison camps.
There now, right?
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them are probably even dead. Honestly, we'd have no idea, and that's the scary part. Like, I want to say there might have even been teenagers that were in there.
It's insane.
So that's a big one right now. And it's honestly, that's terrifying stuff. To know that anyone can pick you up for any reason, and you can be sent to God knows where.
What about the people that copycat off of things that are happening, right? Like, what if somebody just decided to play this? Oh, I'm going to play ICE, and I'm going to use this as a way of me abducting individuals, which I didn't. Now I can just go out and put on a mask and do it in plain clothes
because
in the middle of the day.
how would you
don't know if I'm ICE or not?
But that's the thing too. They've been doing that. There's records of these kidnappings that have happened, but of course we won't hear about them because
insane.
But they have, again, these people don't have to identify themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost like, do you want us to get violent back with them? Because if somebody in a mask grabs me off the street and I know that I'm here legally, I've done nothing wrong, I'm going to defend myself in any way that I can. So now it's almost like if I do that, I'm in trouble?
Right. So
I don't know where I'm going.
Are we opening these doors?
And it's almost like you want that to happen. Like you want us to get violent.
You want to see it. That's exactly
you want to see what's gonna. You want a reason now to be like, they're killing.
Now we need martial law.
Exactly.
You see why we had to send the National Guard there, right? So it's almost like these things are put into place for the reaction, and then that's when you try to come in and say,
justify,
hey, this is why
you're doing something.
This is why.
Because it makes no sense if you think of it any other way. Like, why wouldn't we be able to identify? Why shouldn't they be able to show us credentials?
Yeah.
Even if they aren't showing their faces, like, why don't we get anything from them?
Yeah. That apartment building that was targeting South Shore, like once you dug deeper into it, the development company had been trying to get them shut down for quite some time to fully have ownership over all of that. And you took a deep dive into it. It's like the individuals that warned ICE that there may be illegal immigrants in this complex, in this particular area, are the same ones that once the building was free and clear, was able to go in and basically either take the lease or they were able to buy it. So like something was holding them up from being able to buy it. Once this happened and the way that the ICE agents came in, it took that apartment complex like off of whatever list that was protecting them from being bought from another huge investor. But then once it all happened, I believe it was Wells Fargo. We'll have to look back into that too. They were able to buy it.
And there you have it, folks. Follow the money. And you will find
and it was
the answer to
the individual
everything.
That dug deep into it was not a journalist, was someone was like, this just does not seem right.
Because why this building? Why these people like zip tying kids, people that you don't even know if they were here undocumented or not. You got everybody.
Yep, you took everyone.
It makes no sense. And I didn't know that. So now you see a lot of what's going on. Just about everything that's going on it has a, oh gosh, what do I want to say? Like, again, if you follow the money, the trail, you find out why things have happened. Certain things were put in place to happen. It's always at the end of the day, money. It's a power grab. It's a money grab. And that's the root of everything. I think that's the next. Yeah, that's about it on them. One more thing that I wanted to talk about is, have you seen the ICE commercials that they've been putting out, or have you heard them?
So, I've seen them on YouTube, not necessarily like on the TV.
I've seen it on the TV, and it was the craziest shit ever to me.
It's saying like, hey, we'll provide you. It's like a market saying like, if you just leave yourselves, you
might come back. It felt so dystopian to me when I think I was on my way out and that shit crossed the TV, and I'm like, and I, because I'm like tapped into this stuff every single day, like I recognize people. So Kristi Noem, who's the head of Homeland Security, I saw that bitch pop up on the TV, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, I paused in my tracks to see what it was about, and I said, no, they didn't. I was
she was here, wasn't she here? She was here,
right? She was here a week or two ago, but they couldn't let her use the bathroom mode, raggedy ass bitch.
And it's like, one thing I will say about Chicago, like when it comes to, we're going to stand on business. You know what I mean? And not to say they're not going to still mess with us and try every little thing that they can, but
we're going to make it hard for you.
You
make it harder for you.
And just, you know what I mean?
Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Standing on business.
And I know our politics in our state, it ain't the best, but right now we cool.
They trying to hold the line. I think there is some things that they could probably do a little bit better.
Absolutely.
But JB
Always.
Pritzker, Brandon, oh my God, what is his name?
I love him.
What is his name? Brandon what?
Johnson.
Brandon Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets a lot of shit. I will say that.
Because he be outside now. See, they think like it's cool for Trump to be outside and do all that stuff.
Do whatever he wants.
He can go wherever he want to go.
For everything.
He go play golf every day, all day if he wanted to. But I think because Brandon Johnson is outside, I think
is that what it is?
Like he ain't never doing what he should be
That's
doing.
What and it's like, but that also pisses me off too because it's like, why did you look into what he does? Like, do you even know, or do you just go based off? Oh well, and then a lot of people just go based off what the next person says, and that becomes their mindset. Like, oh, he doesn't do the fucking research. Like at very minimum, like I honestly, and I don't like to speak too much on things that I don't know about because that would be very disingenuous of me, but it's like, I don't know too much about Brandon Johnson, but what I've seen of him when it comes to dealing with Trump and his him trying to invade Chicago, he's been standing the fucking line.
Yeah. So
and I can applaud him for that. I don't know much about what he does as mayor of Chicago, so I won't say anything in regards to that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like more people need to take that lead. If you don't know something, then you probably should just shut up. Like, just shut up. So I'm not, it's okay to be like, I don't know about it, so I'm not going to speak on it. Mm-hmm. And, but yeah, as far as, like I said, him holding the line, like he's doing a damn good job of that. Yep. So kudos to Brandon Johnson. Yep. And tomatoes for the networks that have been airing the propaganda, such as Hulu, HBO Max, Pandora, Spotify, ESPN, and whatever the fuck FuboTV is. I
think it's soccer, right? Isn't it soccer?
Girl, yeah. I don't Fubo. How do you know this?
I think so. I don't know.
But yeah, so tomatoes to them because why would you air that shit? But moving on, I just want to touch on Alaska real quick. What's happened to them? I think. Was it a week, maybe within the last 2 weeks, a really big typhoon hit them. And so a lot of people, their homes and stuff have been underwater. They say about 90% of the structures have been destroyed and 1,500 people have been displaced. So, that's a tragedy in itself. But the irony in all of this is that the Trump administration actually canceled $20 million in their flood protection grant, which is insane. So right before that flood happened, the EPA canceled the grant for them. So now they essentially have no help
at all
out there.
And 90% of structures are
destroyed. And
that's everything.
Yeah. And they've stated it's going to take years for their communities to recover from that. So it's a very sad situation, for sure. But again, that's y'all president that said he would help his people, and you have left them high and dry in their time of crisis. Yeah. And just one more thing to add to that, their senator, Lisa Murkowski, I think her name is, she was actually the tie-breaking decision in the Big Beautiful Bill. So fun fact. So when there was a tie on whether or not that big ugly bill should pass, right. And she ultimately decided she was going to just roll with it, even though her state is now going to be in the front lines of the devastation from that, because they're going to gut, as you can see, like the protections for the climate, Medicaid, SNAP. There's going to be potential job losses in healthcare. And Alaska is like one of those places where they're seeing a lot of the effects of climate change. Mm-hmm. And so this big, beautiful bill is actually going to allow those companies to further drill to get oil and gas from those developments. And that's just going to expedite the disasters.
Yeah.
So you got them doing this. Now they're going to get hit even more with those effects of climate change, which people think isn't real, which is also crazy. And you have now, and you've now gutted their aid for that. So you're going to speed it up and then gut the help that they get. So these people are essentially screwed. So,
that's
thoughts and prayers for Alaska.
Yes,
and shout out to Lisa Murkowski for for royally fucking them on that. So we're gonna wrap this up, and I think now would be a good time to introduce who our goofy of the segment is.
Cool.
In this case, there's multiple goofies of the segment.
Should have been her.
I mean, no, legit. She's one. It's a lot of them to go around, but specifically, we're going to name these young Republicans from Politico that Politico just exposed for their very racist, very anti-Semitic, and homophobic leaked text messages. Yes, their remarks. So there was a group of Republicans, and they call them young Republicans for some reason. They're not all that young. I mean, some of them are, but these are grown ass people.
Yeah, some of them are. Some of the men look older than
there are some. One is, I want to say, in his 40s. He's an actual senator, but they range from the ages of like early 20s to, I want to say, about 40.
Right.
Some of them in their 30s even. But basically, there was a group of these Republicans who had a text thread on, was it Telegram? And somehow it got leaked. I don't know how the leak happened, but they, in this group messages, have been saying like extremely racist things, referring to Black people as like the watermelon people. And a lot of the messages are even just plain dark. Like they go as far as to talk about like rape, how they would do that to the point of the person wanting to commit suicide, hailing Hitler, praising Hitler, and how they would, like, when they're in power, they would ultimately bring back like gas chambers and gas their political opponents. Like these are future Republicans.
And they even said like if this was to ever get leaked, we would be screwed.
Yeah, so they knew exactly what it is that they're saying. Like they knew how horrendous it was. Like one person was even saying like, oh yeah, like when do we bring that back? I'm ready to see people burn. Like, so this is what I'm saying. Like these people have been plotting for years and they've been real quiet about it. And so that's why I don't play that shit when people are like, oh, why do you make everything about race, blah, blah, because it is.
It is.
And these people like have been hiding under a rock because they've been shamed for all these years for these hateful views. But now that they have their leader in charge to make it okay, we're seeing more and more of this. Like these people are emboldened now. And now you're seeing like your neighbors, even someone that you were cool with, share these same hateful views. And so it's scary.
It's hateful, right? We're not just talking about you disagreeing with me, I disagree with you. We're spilling like hatefulness out there to the point where I'm telling you that I'm better than because of the color of my skin or because of what I have going on. And that's scary. In the time that we're in today, with school shootings happening, so much fear that's like being put into us. Now we also have to worry about these very hateful individuals that feel empowered to come out and just finally be able to speak how they feel, which I feel like they're really cowards because you're not standing on business, right? None of them ever do. Let's be real.
Oh, exactly.
And ultimately, it's usually the ones that are just, the scariest that just isn't, they not where they want to be.
The ones that like got picked on, the mediocre ones. And have you seen the pictures of these people? Like, did you look at
some of the young Republicans? That's what
young Republicans.
They don't look, that's what they look older than my daddy. Like, I mean, I know we age well, for sure. But that's all they hate. That's all they hate. That's what they look like. Seriously.
But let's talk about the fact, not to fat shame, but let's talk about the fact that all of the ain't not. JD Vance said that, oh, it's not. He just, first of all, JD Vance, he dismissed everything that they said as like, oh, it's just locker room talk. But they said these people didn't look. These men don't look like they ever seen a locker room. I mean, can we insert a clip of like pictures of these people somewhere in here? Can we like put it up right here?
I love it. And here they
like
are.
Take a pause just to like review the goofies of the day, and I'm gonna actually like list them off. So they're not, because they deserve to be seen. Yeah. Bobby Walker, who was the vice chair of New York State Young Republicans, made homophobic comments and referred to rape as epic. Peter Junta, former chair of the New York State Young Republicans, wrote, "I love Hitler," joked about gas chambers, and made racist comments. He was subsequently fired from his position as chief of staff to a New York State Assembly member. I'm sure Trump will pick him up and put him in office somewhere. Former Joe Maligno, former general counsel for the New York State Young Republicans, joked about gas chambers and wrote, "Can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic." And then Annie K. Katie, interesting last name, New York's National Committee member for the Young Republicans, wrote that she was ready to watch people burn.
Y'all lying. Like, yeah. Let me tell you what's so crazy. You're saying some of this stuff just to say it, you know what I mean? But there is no way that some of these individuals are just willing to watch somebody burn. Like you're just stuck.
I don't know about that.
I'm not gonna say. First of all, the smell is insane. I'm not gonna say them all. I feel like I'm sure a few absolutely just out there we can't do nothing about, but then others are just trying to fall in line with that nasty bully mentality. Mm-hmm. It's like you can't even stomach seeing a fish get killed. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. But
I do think a lot of them, they're soft, for sure. Like you said, a lot of them aren't going to say any of these things to someone's faces. But I also think that's what kind of makes them essentially they're not scary. But I do think in situations where they can be in power and there's nothing you can do about it, it would make them scarier, because it's almost like the bullied being able to be the bully, and now you're going to do all these heinous things. Because let's be real, like if it was just a match between me and you, like I'm gonna whoop your ass. But like if you got me tied up, like you're probably about to do all type of crazy shit. So that's the scary part. But in an everyday scenario situation, these people are not intimidating whatsoever. But that concludes the segment. We got tons more topics to cover for sure. So I look forward to that. But that's all for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Jen, thanks for being here again.
Thanks for having me. I always love it.
Yeah. So come back.
Absolutely. I'll be
come back.
And y'all got to come back too, because every day is something else that's happening.
Every day. God, I'm tired.
Make sure that we get that information out to you guys. So just come back here and just get your news from us.
Period.
I am Jennifer with This Ain't Society.
And I'm Alicia, aka Alicia Speaks. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Peace.